anticipated conference matchup made more compelling because both teams come in ranked in the top 25. This is going to be fun. Welcome to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the one and only Autzen Stadium, as we'll see the number 11 team in the country, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on last season's national champions, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler here with Kirk Herbstreit. Let's get this thing underway. Ducks will kick this away and start us off. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. Going to hand this off. Powers through. So an early season test for both teams, a top 25 matchup. Both trying to get off to a quick start here, Kirk, and set the tone for the rest of this one.
Well, that's the beauty of these matchups early in the year. You're either going to come out fast or fall flat, and one of these teams will experience the latter. This game is crucial for kickstarting your team in the right direction for the season. These kind of games create that type of momentum that they can carry with them on a week-to-week.
Breaks into the clear. Look out, room to run here. Steps out of bounds, but not before a huge gain on the ground.
Boy, I thought he might take that one all the way to the house. You know, it's explosive runs like this that can really open everything up for an offense, especially in the first half where setting the tone is so important.
The offense will set up on 1st and 10. Ball handed off. He's past the marker and still going. He's brought down at the 6. The offense will have 1st and goal right there.
Oh, the defense is missing out on opportunities. Got the home crowd, a lot of energy, and they're giving up big plays like this. Not ideal way to get a game started.
Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front 7 of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
Here's a handoff testing the middle. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
It's a nice play by this defense, and now you're thinking about 3rd down and goal from around the 5-yard line. You got a real shot to come up with a stop here, whether they run it or throw it. You get a stop here, and maybe you hold them to 3 points.
Play sets up a 3rd and goal from the 5 now. To bootleg here. Moves left out of the pocket. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Jukes to get past a man. Not much of a return, but the pick ends the scoring threat and sets the offense up at the 33.
Nice job by this defense jumping on that football to come up with the and not exactly how this quarterback envisioned this game starting. His very first throw of the game, he puts into traffic, and he costs his team in a big way.
Gonna run it. It's Ward. Nowhere to run on that play. They've got him in the backfield. That's a loss of a yard.
That is called gap integrity. Nice job by this defense of taking away that inside run and then using their speed as the back tried to bounce that to the outside. There's just no room to run.
Running play goes backwards, makes it 2nd down and 12 now. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
Man, every defensive coordinator will tell you, I just want my guys to play fast. And how about that one right there? He almost ends up tackling the quarterback as he's handing the ball off. This offense is lucky they didn't end up fumbling.
Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. Tackle made after a big gain.
Oh, my gosh, what a great play by the offense. And on the other side, how frustrating for this defense. They had everybody covered downfield. The quarterback looks like he's almost giving up on the play, checks it down to the running back, and how about the back, what he does with the ball in his hands after the catch, picks up the 1st down.
Quarterback will throw it off the run-pass option. He's found some room with the 45. He runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
Boy, nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game, so this defense better get their arms around this receiver because he could be a monster today.
Looking to throw it on 1st down. He escapes the pocket. Oh, the ball is out. Defense makes the recovery a turnover.
I think that's on the quarterback and the offensive line. They were breathing down this quarterback's neck before he could even recognize that they were there, and they were able to knock it loose.
Okay, so the Hawkeyes offense is back out on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Now it's 2nd down here. Handoff to the single back. Gets the 1st and still running. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
And now the handoff. It's a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving this back anywhere to go, and they keep him short of the 1st down.
2nd down play coming up. Hands off to the left. Fights through a tackle. Finds room at the 30. He's in the clear. Touchdown, Hawkeyes. He would not be denied. They couldn't get him to the ground.
Chris, all week I wondered if this back might get loose and come up with a big play like this. The defense had their back turned, couldn't really see where he was. By the time they realized it, he just had too much speed, and he's able to take it to the end zone.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. They'll return it from inside the 5. What a stiff arm. Can't quite get out of the 25. They'll spot it at the 24 to begin the drive. And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. The last possession ended in a fumble, and that set up a touchdown, so they got to bounce back from that right away. 0 running room. Stop right at the line of scrimmage.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. 2nd down and 11. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. They tackle him at the 38. Solid game. Nice play there.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Important second down play coming up. And he drops back in the gun. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. Tackle made after a big gain all the way to the 36.
Boy, nice drag route here, and I thought the patience by the quarterback was the key. Puts it in front of his receiver, gives him a chance to make the catch, and picks up a little bonus. Nice yards after the catch.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Dumps a short throw down to the running back. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from him.
That's what I love about this guy. He has the ability to sneak out of the backfield. The quarterback's able to find him open, checks it down for a nice gain.
Big throw caught on the left side. And make the tackle, but the offense set up with a first down in the red zone. So Iowa has the big lead here so far. And at the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. They've flipped ends of the field. We're ready now for the second period. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. That's their first timeout. The Ducks lining up here on 1st and 10. Off an RPO, the quarterback looks to his right.
You see more and more offenses in college football going to 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. The Ducks pick up enough to get a first down there.
Hey, it's not a lot, but you know what? It's enough for the first down. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
The Ducks looking to cap the drive here. It's 1st and goal. Looking to throw here. Launching one to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks, as they put 6 more on the board. And now they'll set up for the point after. And he knocks it right through. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. They'll start from the 25. And the Iowa offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. That run takes it across the 30-yard line.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. Try and muscle for the first down. Oh, he breaks free, still going. Tackle made after a solid run by the junior.
Well, 3rd down, why not hand it to your running back? He's one of the more gifted athletes on your team. You give him a chance, he's going to give you the yards that he needs, and that is a first down.
He finds some space. Now here he goes. At the 10. Touchdown, Iowa. No chance to catch him there.
What a long run for the touchdown. I don't know if this defense was caught sleeping or walking in mud. I can't pick which one. Maybe it's both, because the running back just went right by them so easily for the big gain and a big-time score.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And that powerful Oregon offense retakes the field. They were clicking last time. Great protection. The pitch and catch was solid. Right down for a touchdown. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Second down after that completion. And he'll set up to throw. Delivers quickly to the left side. What a catch! They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Hey, a first down here by this Oregon offense. Nice to see the quarterback and receiver in sync and very efficient. Something that Oregon really prides itself on. As much as you want to think about that quarterback with the ability to run, remember, they can hurt you with their arm as well.
He's brought down, but not before crossing midfield of the 42.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
New set of downs for the offense. 1st and 10. Looking to throw again. And he dumps it off to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
And that's just thrown away. A pretty obvious intentional grounding call. Yeah, here's the marker. Second down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Freshman trying to take a shot, but put too much on the throw.
Boy, what a call here by the offensive coordinator. Dialed it up perfectly. The play looked like it had a chance for a big gain. Unfortunately, the quarterback off on the accuracy, put that ball too far out in front of the receiver.
Incompletion sets up a third down now for this offense. Defense flies in. They make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, obviously, you're going to throw the football on third down. But, man, they complete that pass and lose yardage to set up this big fourth down.
They'll kick it away here. And here's the fair catch by the return man. And the Hawkeyes offense is back out on the field. Remember last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? They're going to run it. And the player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Offense getting set. Second down play here. They'll run it here. First down, looking for more now. Breaks clear over the middle. Can they catch him? Past the 20. All the way to the end zone. What a run. Touchdown, Hawkeyes.
What a touchdown. Anytime you see a play go for that many yards, everything has to come together. The offensive line did their job, the running back's vision and instincts and speed, and the play caller setting up the perfect personnel group, formation, and play call. It all came together, and they get the big score.
And it's fielded. Returner trying to create good field position here. He's got some daylight, turning on the speed. Good work by the blockers in that return team. He found the lane, and so this drive's going to begin with good field position. And the powerful Ducks offense retakes the field. They came up empty on the last possession, forced to punt it away. Can they begin to click now? First down and more. He's still running. The freshman is brought down after a really solid run there.
Nice job here by this back picking up a first down and living up to the legacy that they have in Eugene. There have been so many good backs. I mean, the list goes on and on, but right off the top of my head, you got to start with Kenyon Barner and Michael James and throw in DeAnthony Thomas. What a golden era it was for the Oregon Ducks when it came to running backs. And they're still trying to live up to that to this day.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. He's looking to throw. Looks left and finds his target there. Powering through the defender. They get him down, but not before he moves the football to the 32.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
And the Ducks line up on 1st and 10 now. An inside give now from the shotgun. And tackled after a small pickup there.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Second down after that previous play. Offense looking to throw the ball. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. He's wide open. Look out. Oh, and he hits out of bounds after a really nice gain there.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on third down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
From the shotgun, handoff inside. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off, and there's just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Oh, the freshman is lucky that didn't get picked off.
The quarterback's got to do a better job here of reading the coverage. He was determined to get that ball thrown to this receiver, but they played double coverage. He still tries to throw it, and he almost threw an interception.
8th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Get set.
Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. On the move now. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big third down defensive play.
Man, I am so impressed with the athletic ability and speed of this defense. Quarterback does a pretty good job of keeping the play alive, scrambling off to his right, but that defensive speed and their aggressive nature get to him.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. And they'll They'll use the ground game here. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
There's the handoff. That solid pursuit, they'll trap him out there behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, if he would have stayed on his track and stayed more to the inside, I think that play opens up for a nice gain. Instead, he's looking for the big play, bounces it to the outside, and there's just too much speed on that defense.
Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Same tailback, another carry. Stopped right there at the line, no gain. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
And the Hawkeyes will bring their punt team onto the field. And that's the first punt of the afternoon for this offense. And we'll see what he can do on the return. And the coverage team able to bring him down. So here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 41. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Checks this down to the running back. They get him down, but not before he reaches the 39. The offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Of course, one of the things I love about this running back, it's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the...
Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, it could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. And this one is caught. The offense calls a timeout here. That's their 3rd and final of the half. So with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. He connected the first time. This attempt is from 44 yards away. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle. The Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Hawkeyes will kick this away to start the second half. Turner trying to create good field position. Throws out the stiff arm. The coverage team brings him down at the 26. And the Ducks' powerful offense is back on the field. The passing game effective in the first half. Let's see if they keep it going or if the defense has made adjustments trying to protect the lead here. That strong run defense, not much of a gain on the play.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. Wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
They'll feed the back again. He's got the first and still going. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. The offense looks fired up to begin the second half. That's the kind of play they needed to give them a spark.
Absolutely. I know they're down in this game. Clearly something was said at halftime to try to get this offensive line engaged, and it looks like it's working. They're playing with a different kind of energy. Let's see if they can do it again.
To the 45. Gets some space around the 30. He's stopped. Touchdown, Oregon. Game-breaking speed for the running back to reach the end zone. That is just priceless for an offense.
Chris, that back was able to find that crease in the defense. Let's give credit to the big fellas up front for creating that crease. They all played a key role in that score.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
A great job here by the defense on this conversion. Nice heads-up play to prevent the two-point try.
So it'll be a touchback, ball spotted at the 25. Okay, so the Hawkeyes offense is back out on the field. Off the play fake on first down. Looking for his big tight end. Incomplete, but a late flag comes in. A lot of contact. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Offense on the move now as that penalty gives them a fresh set of downs. And there's the handoff. Breaking free at midfield. Gets out of bounds after a solid gain.
Boy, another nice gain by this back. He has had a beautiful day today running the football, just kind of in that zone, and a big reason why they have a nice lead today.
1st and 10 now for the offense. He breaks free. They get him down, but that's a solid gain.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. He'll hand it off. When they try the middle, but stuck for no gain.
This guy has been dominant all afternoon long, but that time the defense has got to be asking themselves, where has that been? They finally get to him behind the line.
Important 3rd down play coming up. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the Hawkeyes pick up enough yards to move the sticks.
Got to really appreciate the execution here on this 3rd down toss. Great call and solid work by the offensive line and a good nose for the 1st down marker by the running back.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, as you know, the reason this team has such a nice lead today is the day that this guy has had running the football. But that time, finally, the defense comes up with an answer for him.
Offense now behind the sticks on 2nd down. They need 12 after that 1st down loss. One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. Tackle made at the 24-yard line. This offense really threatening now.
All right, Chris, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen today, they're big. You know, they weigh over 300 pounds. But that doesn't mean they don't have to have agility. And the way they can get out there in front of the runner, create space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and a runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because he's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked out really well for a nice piece of yards and a 1st down.
And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. And they'll go right back to him on 1st down. Now they test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What is an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
Doing a decent gain there before the defense brings him down. Crucial 3rd down coming up in the red zone. Can you keep the drive going, or will have to settle for 3? And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. And the play goes nowhere. Picked up about a yard, but it'll be 4th down.
Well, it seemed like the offense was trying to throw some kind of misdirection with that run there. But give credit to the defense. They were prepared for anything, and they swallowed that running back up. Nice defensive stand.
So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. Oh, he missed it. Off target that time. So after the miss, it's still a 2-point lead.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal and 3 points, but instead, he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
He'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. Got the first down and still motoring. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
A quick throw out left, complete. We get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And he's brought down out at the 46.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Crucial third down play coming up after that run.
42 slider.
Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And it's intercepted. He stepped in front of that bullet. Not much on the return, but the takeaway sets up the offense at the 41.
He didn't really seem to feel like he had anybody open. He just puts it up in the air, and the defense says, thank you, we'll take it.
And the Iowa offense is back out on the field. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Takes the handoff on the counter play. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly. One of those critical third down plays coming up. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking for the wide out. Makes the grab and keeps the foot in bounds. That's going to be enough for a first down. Great play.
Third down, you go to your go-to receiver, and he comes up with a big play. Nice job of keeping 1 foot in to be able to get that first down.
Handoff on a single back formation. And the defense smothers him for no gain. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. The Hawkeyes looking to cash in this red zone trip.
Get set, get set.
The back's got it. Tackle just short of the goal line at the 1. What a run.
Hey, whether it's been on the inside or bouncing things to the outside, this guy has shown you everything that he has to offer, and a big part of the reason why they're enjoying this nice lead.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. They'll try to run it in on first and goal. And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. We're set now for the fourth quarter. Who's going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? We've had the break to talk about it. Now we begin the quarter with the offense set up second and goal. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. Oh, they stop him short. Defense stout here on back-to-back plays.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line, not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
The crowd really making making some noise now, trying to help out this defense to get this stop near the goal line. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Iowa.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his second touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
He's going to return it from near the goal line. Oh, and he's got some space here. And some blocks. They finally get him, but that's a great return. The last line of coverage guys just able to corral him, but a great spot to start this drive. And the Oregon offense comes back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Breaks into open space. Who's in the clear? They finally make the tackle, but a huge gain down to the 15.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? They're going to run it here. The defense swarms him in the backfield. He had nowhere to run, loses 2 yards.
Well, I don't think the offensive line gave the back much of a chance at all. Now, give credit to the defense. It was almost like they were anticipating a run and got up close to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
Offense now behind the 6 on 2nd down. They need 12 after that 1st down loss. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Looking for 6. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it.
Oh, Chris, the offense could not afford to throw that interception down by a couple scores. Every series matters. Every opportunity in possession. You need points on the board, and to throw a pick, you just wonder how many chances more they'll get.
The offense will take their first time out of the half to talk strategy here.
Timeout, Iowa.
And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. He'll hand it off. Can't get past the 2, but at least avoid the safety.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Here's the handoff. Breaks into the clear. Good enough for 1st down yardage.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
Offense lines up at the 15 now with some breathing room. That should open up the playbook. Will hand it off. Picks up the 1st, looking for more. He'll head out of bounds after another big game. They have chewed up this defense with the ground game today. And the Hawkeyes will have 1st and 10 here. Hand off to the back. They tackle him, but the gain moves the ball to the 36.
Boy, this defense seems to be confused. That's back-to-back big carries for 1st downs. They better get it together, or this could be an easy drive for this offense.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. Keeping it on the ground here. Inside the 25. They bring him down to the 18. The offense set up in the red zone with a 1st down.
And that's going to be a 1st down. And really, Chris, kind of surprised here in the 4th quarter not to see this defense dial up some pressure. They're just sitting back in the base, making it relatively easy for the offense to pick up a 1st down on the ground.
Takes the ball and heads to the left. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Chris, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
They test the middle but get stuffed. That run goes nowhere.
Boy, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Here comes a handoff. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's 4th down. The decision is not to go for it on 4th down. Here comes the field goal team. And he's got it, no problem. And they add to their lead.
No, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
And here's the return from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. The last possession ended in a dreaded red zone interception. Let's see if they can bounce back from that. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
An incompletion makes it 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. The Ducks hustle to the line to run the hurry-up. In the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. A bullet, but it's incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. Whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Oh, and it's incomplete, and the drive ends right there.
Well, with over 3 minutes to go in this game, Chris, down by a couple scores, you have to go for this. Thought the offense had a great shot. Now they're going to rely on their defense to try to get a quick stop or get a turnover and somehow get that football back.
Grinding away on the ground. Oh, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
Chris, good job here on that stop, but remember the ball is inbounds and the clock keeps moving here late in the game and you're trailing. As a defense, you got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all 3 to use. At what point are you going to start putting...
It's a fumble! Scooped up with the defense. Not much on the return, but this defense rises up with an important takeaway.
This offense just blew an opportunity. Have a nice lead here in the 2nd half with the football. The last thing you want to do is turn it over, and they put the ball... and now give your opponent a chance to get right back in this game.
And that powerful Oregon offense retakes the field. Desperate times here. They need points, and they have to score quickly. Quick completion to the tight end. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down.
Okay, here they go. Big 1st down. Good pickup.
Going for a big play downfield. And it's caught outside the 10 and still going. The game moves the football to the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st down and goal. The Ducks will line up now. It's 1st and goal. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Looking for a receiver. Makes the catch. Can he get in? Brought down at the 2 after the catch. The offense close to punching it in. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Nowhere to run up the middle. The clock is still running. I have to hurry up here, but it's a crucial third down. Looking to the end zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
Well, if nobody's open, you can't risk the possession like this. Tossing it into coverage in the end zone, that's a good way to earn a spot on the bench.
Remember, a field goal here doesn't do much. So on 4th and goal, they're going for the touchdown. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks.
Well, hold on now, Chris. We're under 2 minutes to go, and these guys will not go away. They hit this extra point. You cover an onside kick. You never know.
And they tack on the extra point. I believe they can line up here and go for the onside kick. And now a timeout is taken. The receiving team wanting to talk about things here before the kickoff. On the hands team, all over that to make the recovery. And the Hawkeyes offense is back out on the field. Can they play keep away here? Just protect this lead in the final 2 minutes. As the first down is still going. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
And then first down, right back to the running game. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Time winding down. This offense comes to the line trying to bleed out the clock. And here's the handoff. And the Soft are able to bring him down quickly. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Offense comes up trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. Takes the handoff and he'll head left. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. 4th down now. The Hawkeyes will come to the line looking to convert on 4th down. Home crowd trying to make a difference on 4th down. They make the tackle, but that's enough for a first down, and that should do it.
Well, they roll the dice and go for it here on 4th down, late in the game with the lead, and they get it. Good job by the offensive line. The running back knew exactly where to go, and this one may be out of reach.